let's see if we can figure out how LeBron James was able to play at such a high level into his late 30s that Kobe and Jordan just were not able to do that. So LeBron has been keeping a little bit of a secret, in my opinion, that I think not enough people know about. There's definitely some people that have caught on to this. It's been out for a while, but for whatever reason, it's just not got enough light in the public. And I'm going to show you guys what that is. And this is going to help us piece together how he was able to play at such a high level into his late 30s, but Kobe and Jordan just were not able to do it. Now, by the time you get to the end of this video, I think you're going to see where I'm pushing you on this. Okay, so first, we're going to have to take a look at his stats. Okay, these are his season stats. Now, anyone that follows basketball, LeBron James specifically, if someone were to ask you what are his best seasons, you would probably say his years in Miami were his best seasons statistically. Now, his best season, in my opinion, were his last two, and we're going to look at these specifically here, 2013, 2014. Now, if you look at his stats, the thing we want to look at is the drop-off between 2014 into the next season in Cleveland. Everything dropped off, not significantly, but enough to where you should look at it a little more closely. Now, no one really thought about it. A lot of people pretty much summed it up to one thing, and that was the fact that he decided out of the blue to lose some weight over the summer. Now, he's playing at probably the best in his life, his peak performances. He just decides out of nowhere to lose 10 pounds. Says it was 10 pounds. Anyone that watches basketball will tell you it was more than 10 pounds that he lost. But in the media, he was telling them it was just 10 pounds. So that's a little odd in the first place. You can see there was a ton of write-ups about it. He said he went on like a no carb or low carb diet for 67 days. Allegedly lost 10 pounds. I think it was more than that. And you can see some of the pictures, like the before and after pictures. I mean, yeah, it's pretty significant. I don't know how accurate those dates are, but there was something else that happened that next season when he went into Cleveland. It was something the NBA did. They started testing for HGH that next season, and not only that, but they told you when and where they were going to do it. It says random, but it was not random. Okay, this was part of the collective bargaining negotiations in 2011, so like 3 years prior. So players knew this was coming. Now, I'm not going to accuse him of taking HGH, but I think it's quite a coincidence that he's playing as best as he can possibly play, and then he just randomly decides to lose weight, 10 pounds, probably more, literally the summer before HGH testing starts. That's quite the coincidence, in my opinion. Now, on top of that, let's say he did do that. Let's say that's why he was taking HGH. And from my experience, if I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet he probably was. Okay. Now, if you think about it, what would he have to do to continue to play at such a high level, knowing that he's already reaped the benefits of HGH and he knows how much it helps? Well, a good nutritionist or good trainer would say, well, we can't take HGH, which who knows, he may have still been taking it, but let's just say he did. They would say, well, we want to get the benefits of HGH without taking it. So we want your body to produce as much HGH as we can. Now, I highly doubt they would take an HGH secretagogue, because that would show up on a test, and that would just, again, I think the NBA would protect a player like him, even if they did fail a test or they would just not test him in the first place. But let's just assume they didn't take HGH secretagogue, which is, essentially taking a pill, and that pill tells your body to produce HGH. So how would he do that naturally? Well, something that a lot of players joked about a lot in the coming years of this is how much LeBron slept. Like, there's reports he slept like it was either he was playing basketball, eating, or sleeping. And like, I think that's an excellent idea of how to be the best athlete you can be. I mean, really. So here's a clip where someone asks him, I think this was December of last year, asked him, what is he doing to keep his energy high after like a long road trip?
Sleep and inspiration for my son and his team. I got some pretty good sleep in OKC, the night we got in, and the day of the game. And, yesterday I was pretty tired, flying and things of that nature. But watching those guys and watching my son and his team play, I got some energy from that. And then I got some more sleep today. and was able to come in with some energy and put it on the floor.
Just because it was, so obvious how much energy you're playing with, like how many hours of sleep are we talking about? Like what's a good night of sleep for you?
I slept last night from 12 to 8. I got up, ate breakfast, then I went back to sleep from 8:30 to 12:30. That's pretty good, right?
All right. So I think that's why. I think his trainer, besides the fact that I'm sure they have his nutrition, training, all that down, they're understanding how serious you have to take sleep when it comes to being an athlete. If he's getting 12 hours of sleep a day in the season, I mean, that's like a significant amount of sleep that's going to actually show up on the basketball court. That's why I think he's able to play so long. And then when it comes to Jordan and Kobe, everyone knows the stories of Jordan staying out late, Kobe staying up late. Like those guys, there's no way they got as much sleep as LeBron's getting. There's just no way. Based on the stories that I've read and that I've seen and the way they talk, there's no way. So with that being said, I think that's why he's able to play into his late 30s at such a high level. Now, if you think that's interesting, I'm actually going to make another video after this that's going to show you a really interesting study specifically on basketball players, how significant sleep is to performance on the court. And this is something that you can take, take into mind if you're a high school athlete, college athlete, professional athlete, and you'll be able to see how significant it actually is. And it's a little bit shocking if I'm being honest. So, stay tuned for that video. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and comment down below. Thanks.